Hey everybody, so I wanted to jump on here and do a video about mental illness and what it is to me and how it affects me. I did have some as a child. I think I had ADD and ADHD that has now jumped into my adulthood. And I think I did suffer some anxiety and depression, but I never got diagnosed. But as I got older, things seemed to get worse. And then when I was pregnant, I guess because of the rush of hormones, it got much, much worse. And Mark actually had to push me to get on medication. And at first, I was scared. I didn't want to be put on medication because I didn't want to be labeled and I didn't want to have to rely on medicine. But I just had to put my feelings aside and get on the medication because I was a mess. And then after I had Tori, things got a lot worse. And I'm not saying, like, my kids were the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm not saying at all that my kids are the reason that I'm mental. But, hormones happen. And I feel like that really just made them elevated and made things a lot worse. But I'm pretty stable now. I just recently got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, and I'm going to go over a few of those symptoms. So go ahead and do that. Some of the symptoms of borderline personality disorder. Actually, let me go back and read from this. I actually sent this to a friend, and it actually describes borderline personality disorder perfectly. Okay, so people with borderline personality disorder tend to have a strong fear of being left alone or abandoned, regardless of whether such abandonment is real or imagined. The individual may go to extreme measures to avoid possible separation or rejection. For example, someone with BPD may beg, cling, start fights, jealously track your loved one's movements, or even physically block the other person from leaving. Unfortunately, these behaviors may cause loved ones to withdraw, resulting in exactly what they feared and were trying to prevent. Now, for me, I have extreme feelings of that no one loves me, that I'm all alone, and I get very clingy, and I take relationships very, very seriously, and I will go from one extreme to the other. Like, for example, my mom and Mark are my two biggest supporters, but I will get at times where in my brain tells me I can't stand them, they drive me crazy, I'm going to isolate myself from them. But then other times I get to where I'm like, oh my goodness, I couldn't imagine life without you. I love you. Let me hug you. Let me spend as much time with you as I can. So it's kind of like from one extreme to the other. And then another symptom, they tend to make healthy relationships very challenging because the relationships are unstable. This is because the affected individual tends to be quite needy and intense and mistrusting, not only with romantic partners, but with friends and family. Additionally, they tend to have very black and white of the way they think about people, seeing them as all good or all bad. This causes frequently shifting attitudes towards others that range from extreme closeness and love to extreme dislike or anger. As I said, I either love you or I hate you. And another thing is unstable self-image. People with BPD also struggle with identity disturbances. Sometimes they may feel good about themselves, but other times they may feel hatred towards who they are, perhaps seeing themselves as bad or evil. Additionally, this self-image can change depending on whom the person is with, as they often copy the actions and behaviors of others. Their ability to be independent and autonomous is very impaired. They may also have constantly shifting ideas of who they are or what they want in life, resulting in frequent changes to jobs, friends, lovers, religion, values, goals, and even sexual identity. Which I don't struggle too bad with, like the shifting ideas of what I am and what I want in life, but I do have a big problem with self-esteem and like feeling like hatred towards myself. Yes, we have Tori down here. And having feelings of that I'm not good enough, and depending on who I'm with, my self-esteem goes up and down. And then another one is impulsive and risky behaviors. Impulsive and risky and often self-destructive behaviors are also common for those with BPD. These behaviors can include gambling, spending sprees, shoplifting, or sabotaging success by suddenly quitting a good job or ending a positive relationship. In some cases, these behaviors may even put the individual in danger, such as by driving recklessly, practicing unsafe sex, abusing drugs or alcohol, or binge eating. While engaging in these activities may help them feel better in the moment, but they can do more harm than good to themselves and their close relationships in the long run. Now, I would say for mine probably is spending money. That is my biggest issue. I tend to just want to go on splurges, And then I would say another issue that I have is probably hoarding things. But like I'll go in stages. Like I will hoard things and then I'll be like, okay, well I don't want this anymore, and then I'll get rid of it. So it's like spur of the moment. It's like literally like jumps on me, and then I'm just like, okay, go away, and then like I like make it go away. If that makes any sense. And then another one is intense mood swings. Another common symptom of BPD is emotional mood swings emotional intense mood swings that range from extreme happiness one moment to despair the next. Excuse me, let me take a drink. These mood swings can be triggered by things that others would simply brush off or not even notice, such as if a colleague was too preoccupied to say hello in the hallway. While these mood swings tend to pass fairly quickly, typically lasting only a few minutes or hours, they may persist for several days at a time in some cases. Now for me, I can be completely happy, and then, like I said, something can set me off. Something that would normally to a average person would seem, no big deal. But it will set me off, and I will be angry for the rest of the day. And I will literally have to sleep it off. Now, it won't affect me for days. It says some people for days at a time. But I usually have to sleep it off, whether it be a nap or, sleep it off and then wake up the next morning. But, like the other day I did the video about some of the mental illness and abuse and the stuff like that. That was over a spilt drink, and I got all bent out of shape over that, and the rest of my day was ruined. So, that is all about borderline personality disorder. That's just some of the things. Those are the things that I suffer with. I also think I have some ADD and ADHD, and possibly some other things. That is Nathan and Tori in the background. They are in here, but that's life. But anyway, I have an appointment coming up to get some testing done. So hopefully they can figure things out and see what's going on. But that is just a little video about some mental illness that I suffer from. And hopefully this video will impact someone and encourage you to reach out. If you are suffering and you have yet to seek treatment, please seek treatment. It doesn't matter what other people think about you. If you're concerned about that, then you know what? It's about you and your life and what's best for you. So, in the long run, you're going to feel better about yourself. What they think about you doesn't matter. If you're concerned about getting addicted to medication, then unfortunately sometimes we need medication to treat things, and you can be weaned off of it if you choose to be for a while until you get straightened out, or you may just find that you need it for the long run. But that's okay, because that's why I feel God created the doctors and gave them the wisdom and the knowledge to create these medications to treat us. So, if any of you guys watched this video and enjoyed it or have any questions about mental illness, I'm here for you guys. This is something that I definitely want to reach out and to encourage people. Yes, I have laughing children. This is part of the reason I'm so crazy. Not really. Anyway, I want to let people know that they are not alone in their mental illness. So I hope you guys have a good day. This is Nuri, and I'm